Let me ask you something simple. When you were a child, didn't summers feel endless? A single year felt like a giant mountain. Waiting for your birthday felt like waiting for a new planet to form. 10 minutes in the classroom felt like an hour. And now you blink and it's December. You blink again and another year is gone. What happened? Might no be. Did time change? Or did you blink again? And another year is gone. Now this is the part where most people say, well, that's just how it feels. But I don't like that answer. Just how it feels is not an explanation. It's an invitation. An invitation to look deeper. Because here's something very strange. The clocks on the wall tick at the same speed they always did. The Earth still circles the sun once every year. The days are still 24 hours long. Physics has not sped up, and yet your life seems to very simple. So what is going on? Let's begin with something very simple. Imagine you are 5 years old. 1 year of your life is 1/5 of everything you have ever experienced. That's enormous. 20% of your entire existence. But when you are 50 years old, 1 year is 1/50th. Just 2%. But compared to the mountain of experience behind you, it is a smaller slice. Think of it like adding pages to a book. When the book has only 10 pages, 1 page is a big deal. When the book has 500 pages, 1 more page barely changes the thickness. So maybe time doesn't speed up. Maybe your reference point changes. But that's only the surface. Because here's something even more interesting. When you were young, everything was new. The first time you rode a bicycle, the first day of school, the first time you tasted something strange, the first time you got lost, the first time you fell in love with anything at all. New experiences stretch the mind. They demand attention. Your brain records them carefully because it doesn't know what they mean yet. Novelty slows down subjective time. Let me put it another way. Have you ever traveled somewhere completely new? A new country, a new city, a place where the language, the smells, the streets are unfamiliar. While you're there, the days feel full, rich, packed, almost slow. But when you return home and fall back into routine, the weeks vanish. Why I did? Because the brain compresses repetition. When something is familiar, the brain says, I've seen this before. No need to record every detail. It becomes efficient. It skips frames, like a video editor cutting out the boring parts. And here's the trick. When you look back on a period of time, you judge its length, not by how many hours passed, but by how many memories were formed. More memories, longer in retrospect. Fewer memories, shorter in retrospect. So if your adult life becomes routine, wake up, work, scroll, sleep, repeat, your brain stops laying down rich markers in time. And then the year feels thin. Memory has compressed it. Now that's a psychological explanation. But let's not stop there. Because physics has something strange to say about time too. According to Einstein, time is not absolute. It stretches and shrinks depending on speed and gravity. If you travel near the speed of light, time literally slows for you compared to someone standing still. That's not philosophy. That's experiment. So time itself is not a rigid universal drumbeat. It's flexible, malleable, almost personal. But here's the beautiful twist. Even without rockets or black holes, your internal experience of time is flexible too. When you're afraid, seconds feel long. When you're in love, hours disappear. When you're bored, minutes crawl. When you're deeply absorbed in something meaningful, you lose all sense of time entirely. So what is time, really? Is it the ticking of a clock? Eifrig. Or is it the flow of experience? Maybe time as you live it is not the same thing as time measured by physics. The clock measures change in the outside world. But your mind measures change in you. And as you age, something subtle happens. When you're young, you are expanding rapidly. Your brain is wiring itself. Your identity is forming. Every day changes you significantly. Later in life, change slows. You become more stable, more defined, less elastic. If your inner change slows down, then perhaps your inner measurement of time changes too. Think of it like this. If you're climbing a mountain very steeply, you feel the effort of every step. But if you're walking across a flat plain, the steps blur together. Childhood is steep. Adulthood often becomes flat. And flat terrain feels shorter. Now let me say something that might sound uncomfortable. The speeding up of time is not inevitable. It is partly a consequence of how you choose to live. If you stop learning, time speeds up. If you stop exploring, time speeds up. If you stop being surprised, time speeds up. 'Cause surprise stretches time. Curiosity stretches time. Attention stretches time. When you truly pay attention, really pay attention, the present moment expands. Have you ever noticed how long a single minute of real awareness can feel? Sit quietly and watch your breath. 1 minute becomes enormous, but scroll through your phone for an hour and it vanishes without weight. The difference is attention. Attention is the lens through which time passes. When attention is scattered, time collapses. When attention is focused, time expands. Now here's a deeper thought. Maybe time doesn't speed up as you age. Maybe you simply stop inhabiting the present as fully. As children, we are forced into the present. Everything demands our senses. We are overwhelmed by color, sound, novelty. As adults, we live in abstraction, planning, regretting, comparing, forecasting. We are physically in one moment, but mentally somewhere else. And when you are not fully present, moments don't leave strong traces. So they disappear, and then you say, "Where did the year go?" It went where unattended moments always go. Now, I don't want to oversimplify. There are biological changes too. Dopamine levels shift, the brain's chemistry evolves, the rate at which neurons fire can subtly change. There are cognitive processes that become more efficient. And efficiency, strangely, makes time feel faster. When you are learning something new, processing takes effort. Effort stretches experience. When something becomes automatic, it feels shorter. Driving a car the first time? Terrifying. Long. Driving a familiar route for the 1,000th time. You arrive with no memory of the journey. The brain automates. Automation compresses. You see the pattern. Newness expands time. Repetition compresses it. Attention expands time. Distraction compresses it. Change expands time. Stagnation compresses it. So if time feels like it's speeding up, perhaps that feeling is information. Perhaps it's telling you something about how you are living. Now let's step back even further. Why does this matter? Why do we care that time seems to move faster? Because it reminds us of something fragile. Our lives are not measured only in years. They are measured in lived depth. Two people can both live 70 years. One feels full, textured, vast. The other feels like it vanished. Same clock time, different lived time. And here is the quiet, almost rebellious truth, hidden inside this discussion. You cannot control the clock. Not till you can influence the richness of your experience. You can learn new skills at 50. You can travel somewhere unfamiliar at 60. You can ask new questions at 70. You can fall in love with ideas again at any age. Not objectively. Subjectively. But subjective time is the only time you ever actually feel. Let me leave you with a thought experiment. Imagine two lives. In one life, every day is predictable, safe, structured, identical. Years pass like pages flipping in a breeze. In the other life, the person keeps adjusting course, keeps learning, keeps risking small changes, keeps noticing. Which life feels longer, Evie? Which life feels more alive? The clock will report the same number, but the experience will not. So maybe the question, why does time speed up as you age, is slightly wrong. Maybe the better question is, how can I slow down my experience of time? And the answer is surprisingly simple. Be curious. Be present. Seek novelty. Pay attention, because attention is the sculptor of time. When you fully inhabit a moment, truly inhabit it, time stops racing. It deepens. And perhaps that is the hidden truth. Time is not running away from you. You are running past it. Slow down your mind and the world slows with you. Open your senses and the day expands. Choose growth, and the years regain weight. And here is the most beautiful mystery of all. Even though physics tells us time is relative, bending with speed and gravity, your life reminds you that time is also relative to awareness. Awareness is your gravity. Awareness is your velocity. Change those, and your experience of time changes. So the next time you say, "I can't believe it's already been a year," pause. Ask yourself, gently, without judgment, how many new things did I notice? Judgment. How many moments did I truly feel? How often, not sigh fully here? Because perhaps time did not speed up. Perhaps your attention drifted. And the good news, attention can return. Right now, in this breath, in this sentence, in this moment that, if you are really here for it, feels surprisingly vast. And isn't that wonderful? Time may be mysterious. It may bend around stars and stretch near black holes. It may tick on, indifferent to our worries. But your experience of it, the only version you ever truly know, is not fixed. It is alive. And so are you. So maybe the real hidden truth is this: the speed of time is not a sentence week. It is a reflection, and reflections can change. What will you notice tomorrow that you did not notice today? What new question will you ask of it? What small adventure will you allow? Because somewhere inside those choices, time is waiting to expand again.